Yeah, this is it's going to be very interesting indeed, the Wraith King coming to play from Alliance as we get ourselves into this next game. Game 2. Game 1, of course, Wings were quick to take it in a pre-20-minute finish. Alliance coming with something a little bit different here. Wings, they're prepared as well. That's going to be an exciting matchup.
Man, I haven't seen a Wraith King game in ages.
And what are the problems with Wraith King? Why do we not see it a lot?
I think a lot of the time, like, AM is kind of making its way back into the meta a little bit. For a while, PL was picked a ton, and Juggernaut with Manta Diffusal is actually a very common build. Yeah, so because the Juggernaut's prevalence in the meta, the problem with Wraith King is that most of the time you lose all your mana before you reincarnate, so your ultimate is just useless, like 90% of the time. Like, if they just remove the mana cost on reincarnate, that hero would be like a tier 1 hero, I think. But the problem is you're actually so tanky that the images from the Juggernaut illusions, or from the Juggernaut himself when he like pops Manta, they burn too much. And then you're just like, oh, I'm still alive, but I have no mana, and if I don't have like a soul ring or a stick, I'm just dead. So that's why they last banned the Jug. It makes more sense after seeing the last pick that they had. Because it wasn't about the push potential or anything, it was just solely they wanted to ban a Diffusal buyer because they knew they were going to pick Wraith King. Or at least they heavily debated it before picking it up. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the main reason. Mana burn just crushes him way too hard. And plus, Nyx is being picked too. So Nyx mana burns you twice in a fight. It's a 4-second cooldown. Cannot reincarnate. Dead hero. Obviously, you won't have to worry about mana burn this game. So it's actually like one of the best scenarios to pick Wraith King when the enemy team doesn't have any way of stopping reincarnate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And lane-wise as well, you just go to the safe lane, and Wings do so as well. There's not going to be anyone moving around like we saw in game 1. This kind of double aggressive, trying to catch each other out.
I don't think that Alliance will deviate too far from what we expect, which is just Bulldog off lane. Maybe EGM goes down there. Maybe he sacks instead. It just depends on what they feel like they can accomplish. I think it's a little bit risky for them to duel off lane because it's so easy for Wings to kill the IO. Like X Torrent, hero's dead. Like there's just nothing he can do. So we'll see what their approach is going to be.
Oh, because the Alliance is getting the space around top room. Wings will look towards the bottom. We'll see if Bulldog wants to try and take it. It's going to be unlikely there. There's 3 members of 4 coming down to try and secure Blink that rune on the Alchemist.
Man, you know what's so crazy is like Dota used to be so easy to predict because people would just pick the same 30 heroes every game. Nowadays, it's like 90+ heroes have been picked so far at this year's TI during the group stage. It's so hard to predict what teams are going to do. It actually makes the game so much more exciting.
Well, they're going to come in and they're going to stop Blink from being able to get the rune eyesight. He's not going to be able to do it. Alliance secure themselves both bounty runes. He's going to look for the deny. He's not going to make it. EGM picks up the first blood. An Alliance with the exact start that they wanted there by the rune spots.
Man, Ice went all in. He's like, I'm getting this rune, boys. And then he died. And didn't get the rune either. So, unfortunate circumstances. It does give Blink a couple of extra wand charges, though, to start off his lane.
He's always looking on the bright side there.
Yeah. But yeah, so far, everything looking to be about as we expected.
Well, the aggressive from Wings, though. Look at this.
Oh yeah, they do decide to go aggro. Interesting. Is Loader just dead? I think he's just dead.
Apparently so.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Well, the aggressive try lane working out for Wings. As, I mean, what, it's just Ake and Loader up here at the moment, and I guess they just, between the two of them, there's not a lot they can do to stop this kind of action.
Yeah, you know, it actually makes more sense to do this, because my original thought was they can just kill the IO Bristleback lane, which they definitely can. They just showcase they can kill a freaking Wraith King, which is one of the tankier heroes. But if you actually just kill the safe lane hero instead of the off lane, it's like, why would you not do that? So yeah, it makes all the sense in the world after having seen it. I guess the question is, how do Alliance respond to this? Because you don't really want to play musical lanes and like walk back and forth all the time and say, we have to go here because Wings moved there. You don't really want to get into that war because you're never really going to win. And this whole time, you know, you have to worry about Blink. How much is he going to get out of this middle lane? He's going to be dropping some acid sprays once he gets a handful of levels, keeping the lane deep push, getting all this farm. And no one is going to gank him because Wings are just aggro try.
Yeah.
And if you leave Loda, he's going to get nothing. And then the Life Stealer's gonna. Oh man, this is actually the reverse dream for Alliance. I'm actually. They're putting a lot of emphasis on Bulldog in this game. Like Bulldog and EGM need to have some kind of standout performance. Like send the Wisp down there and try to go for kills, I guess, or maybe just send the Wisp top and hope that you can win. But man, that lane's really difficult for them. Even if they send the third hero and it's like Sky Wisp plus Wraith King, maybe they can trade kills, but I don't know if they can straight up win the lane.
And this bottom lane as well. I guess there's going to be a point where Bulldog has to be careful because the Timbersaw can do a lot against the Bristle, surely. When I'm talking like when he hits 6.
Oh yeah, Timber is never ever going to worry about Bristle in lane because if he buys a stick, like Bristle's not going to trade with you. Whirling Death owns Bristleback, and yeah. Like the bottom lane is going to be definitely favored for Faith Beyond. Middle lane is probably going to be favored for S4, but only during the beginning. Once the Alk hits 6, you can't really pressure him that much anymore unless you have outside help. And then top lane is definitely Wings favored, like not even a question. So Alliance, they're going to have to make plays for sure. Not impossible, but very difficult.
We have it. Wings back in the game. We'll be able to continue and indeed see how this one goes on as top lane. Lodo's going to have to be that little bit more careful. It's just be interesting to see how much farm he is able to get against this aggression of Wings. You can see Lodo back to Bayaki coming in as the wave comes down, but Shadow's going to be able to farm safely underneath the tower. EGM, let's see what the play is from him at the moment. Looking over towards the mid, maybe wondering if there's going to be a chance for him to come in and help S4 get a kill. Blink did have 4 stacks of napalm up with him at that moment.
That's actually a really good way they can go about this. If there's enough stacks and he tethers in, they just run at him. And he could very well die, because he's not going to get any points in the stun early. At least, I don't imagine he would, if he's playing the super greedy route.
Bottom lane,
Man.
pretty much continue as he expected. I mean, you know, Faith Beyond is crushing the Don in this lane.
There's nothing he can do. Like, this matchup is so bad for Bristleback. The original plan was to have a Wisp down here.
Ice could be in a little bit of trouble. He gets the turn onto S4 to slow him down, but S4, 3-4 stacks onto Ice. He elects S4, it's not going to save him. And S4 and EGM able to pick up a kill on the Kunkka. Ice out of position and punished for that one.
It's a nice way of playing. Just too aggressive for Ice to go for that rune. He knew the IO was missing, and trying to do that against a Bat Rider, it's a little bit too risky. I think if he had, not sure if he had
Loda and Ake trying to move it on to Innocence. Shadow will turn around to push Loda back. Innocence is going to be fine, surviving for the time being. A torrent from Ice helping out Shadow, meaning that Alliance aren't going to be able to follow in and get the kill. Now, Oracle barely surviving there. He's going to be able to start healing himself up. Alliance now with 3 towards the top. S4 getting a bit of free space in the mid lane as Blink heads back and begins to stack up some of the camps. Now bottom lane continues to go with the flow as Faith Beyond 17 for 10 against Bulldogs, 8 for 0. Now we're seeing this full 3-on-3 at the top. Shadow with the Mango, Sal ready to go as well. It's just about to hit level 3, so he'll be happy with taking a fight if the opportunity's there, if Loda gets too close.
The supports are the ones who really have to be careful on this lane from either team, because Alliance has pretty good burst with a Skywrath and a stun, and then Wings have just good damage in general and getting the X-Torrent out with the Purifying Flames burst. I think once the heroes hit level 3 on Wings, that's going to be a really scary point, because the second point into X increases the range of the spell by 50%, and then the range at which you can be initiated on is much, much higher. And you can already see Ice, like he hit that level 3, instantly skills X, looking for kills already, and Innocence waiting to skill, debating if he needs the Fate's Edict or if he wants the Purifying Flames.
Actually X-marking himself so he can go for the rune and bring himself back, but S4 bumps him away with the Flame Break. Ake's going to be waiting for Ice on the return, and Ice, I mean, he is a man that has died both times. Both of the kills the Alliance have got, and he's in a little bit of trouble. 4 stacks. Fortune's trying to hold back Alliance, but Ice, he's going to continue to be chased.
Oh, he got the stack refreshed. He is a goner.
And Ice indeed is a dead one. Meanwhile, elsewhere, we can see Shadow trying to make something happen, looking towards Loda. Will take the Wraith King kill. EGM alone as well. Shadow He's not going to dive this one. EGM will be allowed to live. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. Ice, yeah, bless him, he's dying a lot, but Wings do find a trade that will favor them, crushing Loader a second time.
He just keeps going for that rune, though, and he's like, I'm gonna get this top rune at least one time. And both times he's died trying to get it. I'm just not entirely sure if it's worth it at this point. I mean, I suppose they did technically trade a Kunkka for a Wraith King, if you want to look at it that way. Which,
I mean, that's the thing.
That's probably still fine.
And this is a Wraith King as well that's really having a tough time in lane. Loader 13 for 0 against the 21 for 6. The aggressive tri-lane is certainly working out, to say the least. We've got S4. He's trying to nick the stacks here from Wings to get the vision for the X-Mine. Actually messing the Torrent combo up, so S4, can he get out of this one? No, he can't.
He gets most of the stack, though. In reality, that's probably worth it because he's against an Alchemist. And the amount of money that Blink would get from that stack versus how much money he gets for the kill itself, the stack far outweighs the value of a hero kill, 100%. So that is actually a hashtag worth.
We'll see what Wings' game plan is now. The phase boots have just been done on Lifestealer, and Alliance having to be very, very careful about how they look after Loader on this top lane. Mid lane, coming on to level 7, Faith Beyond. It's the point where Bulldog has to be very careful about how he comes into lane. He has managed to find 20 CS, but as we can see, it's unparalleled to what the Timbers managed to get. But 38 for 16 on this safe lane.
It's very expected.
Yeah.
There's, like I said, there's nothing Bristle can do in this matchup.
Now he could be in trouble. Faith Beyond moving in aggressively. Ice is there to help out as well. There won't be any TPs to save Bulldog. As Faith Beyond and Ice pick themselves up a kill. S4 making the rounds in the jungle. Gonna have eyes on to Blink. That's gonna start playing with him. 2 stacks, but with the Chemical Rage up, S4 knows it's gonna be a hard kill. So
he's honestly
steal some of the creeps from the Alk.
He's playing the game so well. Like, he has a thorough understanding of what he needs to accomplish as the Batrider in this game. And it just kind of sucks because, you know, he's doing well, but the other lanes are they're just getting crushed. Like, alright, maybe the safe lane from Alliance isn't actually that bad. Loda's only a few CS behind, but he's died a bunch. That's the thing that you look to and say, okay, that's why this lane's actually going poorly. It's not necessarily that the Lifestealer's getting a ton more farm, it's just the deaths really that are hurting him the most. But he's doing everything he can, like S4, keeping that Alchemist in check and not allowing him to recover. Because in the lane itself, the Bat will beat the Alchemist pretty hard. But it's when the stacks come into play that usually you see that recovery, and S4 knows that. He's just like, yep, I'm going over there, I'm stopping this from happening as best I can.
I mean, as we can see, you know, supports from Alliance. So like Ake's coming to the middle lane. EGM, yeah, he's had to back up to base. They feel confident that they can give Loader the space now on his own. I mean, he's halfway towards the level 6. But with this present there, is there a reason why they're not too scared about Wings going up there and looking to do something about the Wraith King?
I think it's more about wanting to kill the Alk.
Yeah.
Because the Wraith King is never really going to farm at the same rate of the Alchemist. But the Alchemist's whole game plan is to just drown you in money and just have more farm than you. So slowing him down as best you can is a good way of going about the game. Oh dear.
S4 trying to go with the lasso, but the Torrent from Ice is there. And this is going to have another nuke, and the Purifying Flames will seal the deal.
He even got the kill and the bounty rune. Jesus, that was brutal. Oh man, life is hard. Life is so hard, Owen.
Blink may have had a few creeps stolen from him in the jungle by S4, but plays like that. They'll put him back in a very comfortable position. Shadow. I'm wondering if he wants to have a go on Loader. Actually, I mean, look at the chomps. Loader, he's not quite level 6 here either. This it would have been painful, but it doesn't look like he can go in for the kill at the same time. Wings, they find EGM. Again, Shadow. He's going to have open moves back in 3, but Loader's now hit 6. Okay, so Loader has got that Reincarnate to fall back on. S4 continuing to just try and take the stacks and farm that he can away from the half of Wings' map.
I mean, he's trying to do everything right now for the team, and it's just difficult because the supports can't really, like, they're gonna go for a smoke, I guess, here. Unfortunately, Ake is not 6. You really, really want that Mystic Flare if you're gonna be going for these smoke gangs, but they gotta make do with what they have. They realize that, you know, the early game is not favoring them. They need to make some moves, and I think they're probably just gonna kill Innocence here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
If they find him.
No, they have the word, so they saw him run past. They're just seeing if they can get a higher priority target. They don't really want to kill the Oracle, they want to kill like the Alk. They're looking for Blink, but he's farming the Ancients right now. The unfortunate part is their positioning is going to necessitate going on the Oracle instead, and that's not the kill they want.
Well, at least attempt to take it. He gets the false promise off though in time, and this is going to buy time for a reaction to come out from Wings. Shadow TP's in, he'll look towards EGM, no tether for 3 seconds, so EGM is going to pop S4. Lasso's on Innocence, 3 stacks of this Napalm, and they will find the kill. At the same time, Bulldog's got to be careful. Wings hanging around the sidelines. Fabian has the chakram, the slow's going to connect. It's not going to go in 2 hands, so we'll just end up as the 1-for-1 trade. But it was, of course, the full team smoking up from Alliance. I would have hoped to find a little bit more out of that bit of action.
Yeah, they were really looking for the Alk, like I mentioned, but you know, a kill is a kill. They're forcing some pressure on the map. Faith Beyond's just like, whatever. I'm going in. I'm a Timber Saw. Oh, he misses Chain. Is it a bait? He's got boat actually.
TI6 is here as well. Oh, the torrent! Oh, it's perfect! Oh, the boat as well! TI6, can he finish the kill though? He can't quite do it. Yes, he can with the help of Faith Beyond. The Admiral's down, but he's done his job. A support for a Bristleback, they'll take it. Faith Beyond, watch out for those balls, son. Oh,
no, like this! Okay.
All right. Oh, okay, EGM.
If he got the Timber Chain off, dude, he was dead. Oh my god.
Ooh.
You know, he actually, if he Timber Chained first and then Whirling Death, you would have killed him. Because the problem was his Whirling Death killed all the trees. And then he would have had to Timber Chain farther away to get the damage out. And the one auto attack killed him because he used Soul Ring, right? So he Soul Ring to 1 HP.
That was,
God, that was
nearly
close.
clutch. But yeah, EGM, well, he'll be chuckling. Okay. Crazy stuff going on this game. 8 for 6. Still the lead for Wings. Alliance, they have got their hopes up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Loader's getting a bit more space with the farm. And still quite a bit of a way to go. But as you said, S4's bat is...
He's owning, dude.
He is getting the dollar, and we're now at this point, you know, considering the state of this game, where he is going to have the Blink Dagger and bot stun around the 12-minute mark.
Oh, he might die.
And this is a painful bit to die as well. He's got the money for the Blink, he's got the money for the Blink, spend your dollar, Holler.
Oh, he didn't torrent. Okay, not going to go for it. Or no, wait, sorry, he did torrent, he just didn't get a range for X. S4 bat too fast.
So Blink done. We'll see, what's the call going to be from Elias now? With a Blink on the bat?
Well,
you look to group up and make a play?
Yeah, with Blink and Ake being level 6, that's the burst that you're looking for. You can kill pretty much anybody with this combination as long as Fate's Edict isn't there. So it looks like Faith Beyond's going to be the target, or maybe they want to go for Blink? Yeah. No? Oh, they're just warding first, okay. Yeah, they're going to go for the Alk.
Top lane. Might see something kick off. They're going to move it on to Loaded. Does have Reincarnate available. Wings will kick the fight off. Trying to take the Wraith King down for the first time. They'll find 1 kill. They commit for a second. Now they're going to back off. Looks like they're happy with just taking the Reincarnate off him for the time being. Meanwhile, Ake and S4 still hanging around mid. Weren't able to find the pick that they were hoping for. Just granting a little bit of space for Bulldog on the Bristleback to catch up. So nothing more than the Reincarnate just being popped there. We're actually going to see a movement from Blink, a nicely charged up concoction. Fabian's presence being made well known, and the Alliance, they react with a relocate. The silence is on to Fabian. He's going to get blown up. Mystic Flare on to Blink, and the Lasso combination is there. They'll look to take Alchemist, and they'll get it. A double kill for Bulldog. Fantastic team play from Alliance, and that's the combination you're talking about. A Lasso and a Mystic Flare dealing with that Alchemist.
Yeah, having the silence too is really nice with Batrider. Just amplifies his damage by so much. 45% increased magical damage taken during that effect. So the damage output they have is insane. It's not a question of that. It's more about, you know, Innocence being in the right place at the right time. Alliance recognized, hey, they sent everyone top. They killed our Loda Wraith King. They took the Reincarnate off of him. It's our time to go. We know we can reload in. There's not going to be a false promise. There's no Fate's Edict. We can get these kills.
Dire's top tower.
And as you can see, players like that, you know, Bulldog, a man that did struggle in the lane, has pretty much totally recovered. He's now ahead of the Timbersaw with that double kill that he's picked up. And he'll start to stack up and reap the benefits of these Ancients.
Yeah, they really like doing this for Bulldog. They pick him offlaners that farm the Ancients. And then at some point, the other team just has something else on the agenda and forgets about Bulldog, and then Bulldog just gets a crap ton of creeps, and then all of a sudden he has items, and they're like, wait a minute, what happened? How did he actually get farm? But yeah, this is the Bulldog special. And also to note, like, Alliance's warding is very good right now. Like, their warding is indicative of how they want to play the game. They just want to battle.
Oh, and they just scan this as well. They know immediately it's going to happen. Ake reacting, but may not be enough. He's going to focus down. They last on Genesis. They drag him across. EGM being focused by Shadow. In comes the boat from Eyesight. He's going to get the pass over. 2 dead at the moment. Shadow being able to do a lot. Lotus 6 trying to move in and take down this Lifestealer with the help of S4 and Bulldog chasing him. They won't dive the tower though. They got themselves 2 in return. So the supports trading their lives for each other. Neither team able to find a core kill. They'll settle off with that.
The important thing is Alliance are trading evenly, and they're not necessarily killing the Alchemist or anything, but they're forcing some kind of reaction. I mean, Blink has yet to really come to any of these fights. He's more or less just doing his own thing, continually hitting creeps, you know, doing Alchemist stuff. But the bigger issue is that Shadow is not at the fights either, and I think he kind of needs to be.
Pian coming across. Has got TP back at Wings, ready to fight at the bottom lane. EGM leading the way, S4 coming in, jumps forward, 3 steps on to Fabian, but the burst onto EGM, they've lost an IO. Shadow looking to focus down Loader, he'll walk it off with the armlet toggling. S4's got eyes onto the Timber Store. There's 5 sticky napalm stacks, make that 6, will continue to chase. Fabian and a mana and the Firefly, it'll be enough. They'll bring down the second kill. Don't give themselves anything more. Silence onto Eyesight, S4 and the Mystic Flare from Ake, bringing Eyesight down low. Shadow's still around, has a Rage and the Infest available. Blink 3 stacks. Alliance still going in at the moment. Shadow's focusing his efforts towards Bulldog. They've got a concoction. They should be able to take the Bristle back down. Oh no, he's silenced, but it doesn't matter. They'll still finish it off. Ake being brought back by the X-Marks. Wings coming back in to surround him. EGM relocates in to help out S4. Hoping for a clean up at EGM. He's backing up S4 enough so he can still continue to fight. The X-Marks bringing S4 back. He's looking to finish off Blink. 3 stacks for the Armlet toggles. Too much of Alliance. They can't quite do it. They can't kill the Blink. Ultra kill for the Alchemist at the end of that fight.
Jesus.
He's rolling in the money.
Of all the heroes to get the ultra kill, the Alchemist gets it. Not like this, dude. Not like this. And he gets a 500 gold bounty run, because why not? I mean, Alliance realized that they're under pressure to make plays.
Did EGM buy back in that fight? No, he didn't. He just he had to relocate in to bring,
that fight was like the fight that Alliance really had to win.
Yeah.
If they had
nearly did it. I mean, S4 was making the plays. He was doing so much damage on the bat.
He was kiting him out as best he could, because he has the Blink Dagger, the bots, and then, of course, the Windlace on top of it. He got tethered when Dooney respawned and relocated in. But the big issue is the Alchemist had Radiance, and he was alive the whole fight.
The Radiance, and he'd only just picked up the Radiance on the top as well. Having that pickup, really did it.
It just won the fight for them flat out. And the first teamfight contribution that Blink gives to Wings is just gets an ultra kill. So I don't know, man. That was really kind of rough.
Oh, he's gonna get himself another.
Alliance are getting Roshan though, so it's not like they're just losing this and getting nothing for it. But I just want to note the net worth right now. Do you see anything that kind of stands out?
Just he's certainly well ahead of them.
He is almost doubling the next highest person, and that's on his own team.
Roshan's down, Wings looking to fight into it. Fabian leads the way, can't be pulled out by the X-Mark. A full charge concoction straight onto Loader as the Aegis. Still the Reincarnate, so Reincarnate's going to go down. Alliance going to try and fight the boat connects onto Loader. They'll be able to kill him for a second time. They boss down 2 times. All good bosses, they're going to need to do it a 3rd time here, and they should have a chance at it with the concoction building up. Blink drops it onto Loader. At the same time on the sidelines, Wings are just forcing away the rest of the lives, but EGM with the save just in time, bringing Loader back to base. Shadow, meanwhile, is facing off against the S4 Batrider. S4 able to get himself just far enough to the north. The concoction's there though. They'll make EGM pay the price. They do find the IO kill still. At the same time, S4 eyes onto Fabian. Couple of stacks. He's got to be careful though, because Wings are around, and they are going to get the vision for the X-Mark, bringing him back into the torrent. The Shackle as well. S4, he's going to get punished for this play. The concoction, the punch from Eyesight takes him down with a saber. And again, I mean, you can feel how hard Alliance are trying here, but Wings, they're just able to come out on top of these team fights each time.
Yeah, and they're going to lose their ancient stack as well. Oh man. But Alliance you know, they're playing the lineup the right way. They know they need to fight. They're going to go for Innocence here.
And silence a Mystic Flare onto Innocence. He's falling low. Bulldog wants to finish off the kill and he'll get it. At the same time, they've lost the Scar-Wrath mage. Bulldog taking a full shotgun to the face. He's down. Shadow Armor toggling himself alive. Looking to load at EGM. He doesn't have a relocate available. Logan just turns and fights. They brought down Shadow. They'll take down Faith beyond EGM with a double kill. The balls are too big. Eyesight is going to be able to TP out. But Alliance heading back. They get that big kill onto Shadow.
They needed those core kills big time. Like, without those kills, Alliance were going to just slowly get drowned in gold. Blink just does not care.
They have got a lasso. They're going to bring him back. Loda can offer quite a bit of a punch here. Blink, he could have overstayed his welcome, but the false promise just in time from Innocence. Blink, he's going to be taking a lot of damage, though. He's got to hope that the heal's enough. He hasn't got the chemical rage on. Innocence is going to pay with his life. It looks like the heals were just enough. Blink will keep himself alive here. They're able to find the Oracle kill. Eyesight's coming back in. Alliance incredibly low. Torrent coming through on the X mark. They Chakram as well. Faithian looks for EGM. They'll burst down the IO. Chasing for more. Timber chain from Faithian as they close the gap onto Ake. Again, the vision's there for Eyesight to hit the X mark into the Torrent. Ake's in trouble as well. Blink coming in for the participation. Another kill for the Alchemist. Alliance forced back. 24 for 17, and it's all kicked off in these last 5 minutes as both teams going absolutely hammered at each other.
That was just like insult to injury that Innocence managed to save Blink mid. Like, Blink had no business farming there, but he's like, ah, whatever, I'm just gonna get safe on my Oracle anyway. Just sacrifices Innocence to the Blood Gods. The more farm this Alchemist gets, the harder Alliance are going to struggle to deal with him. And just even having the Manta, it's not as if he's unkillable, but the Manta just gets rid of so much. Like, the Silence is something too that they've been utilizing to stop him from throwing out stuns. Like, Ake used it in the fight in the woods. Now they can't do that anymore. And he's just gonna pop it. He's gonna be able to get the stun off reliably every single time. 18,000 net worth at 21 minutes.
Soul's got eyes on him. It'll be such a big and beautiful kill, but it's a hard one. He's got the back of his full team. S4 realizes he can't go in on Blink. Wings are right there around the corner. And Wings, with the newly found Tesso on Shadow, they'll get the push going on. Take down a tier 2 from the top lane. Bottom lane, Bulldog able to find the farm to finish off his S and Y. Veil being built upon Ake. EGM with Glimmer Cape. And Arcane's Wraith King. Loader looking to finish off the Echo Saber. So he's got a bit more of a punch that he can pack.
Wings just have total dominance right now. I mean, the vision from Alliance is still good. That's one thing you can always look to. It's like even in games where Alliance aren't doing well, they always have the vision advantage. So they can more often than not find pickoffs with their heroes. And that's what they really, really need to do. Like the farm game, it ain't gonna work. You're not gonna out-farm on a Wraith King versus an Alchemist and a Lace Stealer and a Timbersaw. You're essentially like a single core or maybe a dual core if you want to count the Bristleback, but we've seen how little Admiral Bulldog can actually do in fights. Look at what happened to Roshan. He's sitting there, like running back and forth, watching Loda die 3 times in a row because he just can't get into the fight. Like, he needs a BKB in order to go in because of just the Timbersaw alone, and that's just... it's too much. Like, for an offlane hero in an unfavorable matchup, you can't really expect Bulldog to do a whole lot from this position. And this Alk is gonna get, like, what, almost 1,000 DPM soon? Something like that. Somewhere around that point. 912.
Pretty crazy stuff from Wings.
Well, it's just that the way they laned it was brilliant. They had no pressure on the middle lane. So even though S4 is like doing everything he can, like stealing stacks and beating Blink in the 1v1 as well he should as Bat versus Elk, he can't do everything. Like, S4 can't be in all 3 lanes and take jungle stacks away and win his lane and kill everyone on the enemy team. It's just not how it works. You need somebody else to do something.
It's going to be very hard for them to shut this out now. Alliance coming out as 3 loader, top of the Echo Saber, 2k gold. But you're looking at the Alk. Octarine is now complete on Blink. 22k net worth. And now with the Lotus Orb, I think, yeah, we've got Lotus Orb on Faith Beyond, so something else that they can use to save Blink in these fights.
Yeah. Alliance going for the Dragon Lasso. They're going to find Shadow here, so...
That's it's certainly a big one if they can finish it off. Oh, he goes for the TP out. Oh, he's going to make it. There's nothing else to cancel it.
Feels
bad. Oh, that's
a feels bad right there. At least they get some kind of map control. At least they can go for some more aggro wards, perhaps. I think Ake has one in his inventory right now, and he's gonna drop it right in. Or no, wait, is it in sentry range? Did he see it? Yeah, I think they saw it. He's just running away because he figured that there were more Alliance in the area. He didn't want to die for the D ward. Oh, okay, Blink's gonna find EGM.
EGM has got the Glimmer Cape. That's actually gonna save his ass this time. At the same time, mid lane Ice catches out S4, but S4 forces himself out of the torrent. Bulldog trying to react, moving in onto the Kunkka. Isn't going to be able to follow it up. Again, an X mark onto Bulldog. Wings standing ground, looking ready to push themselves up to the high as Shadow comes in, drops down on Ake. Skyrim gets ripped to pieces, and now looking for more. These X marks controlling Alliance. S4 ball back in. Bulldog being focused by Shadow, but they can't quite save him because EGM's there to heal him up. S4's going to buy back for this one. Loader goes down once. He's got the reincarnate. It's going to be there for round 2. Let's see what they can do. Lasso onto Blink. They need to kill this Alchemist, but again, the X-Mark cancelling the Blink dagger. False promise from Innocence, keeping Blink alive. Gets the Alch out, and he's going to be fine. The Alch will live. At the same time, in the base, they're looking to try and get at least something. Trying for the Timbersaw kill. Bulldog frontlining it, pummeling away. But look at the damage, it's just not enough. And at the same time, they've lost S4. Blink was able to come back in and finish off the Batrider, and now he's come across to help the rest of his team. X marks onto EGM. He'll tether across, it's not going to save him. EGM to fall. Loader and Ake back to base. There'll be a buyback from EGM, but he's lost Loader. Loader does have a buyback available. Bulldog still being able to do a fair bit of tanking on this front line, but with a concoction, the damage for the Timber, can they kill him? He's been Glimmer Cape saved by EGM. Now they need to kill the Alchemist. Loader closing in, but Blink gets the chance for the Chemical Rage once more, looking to go for Loader. Loader low on health and hasn't got the Reincarnate. It's a die back on the Rave King. An Alliance, 2 cores down, both die backing in that fight, as it's all just too much as Wings continue to spiral out of control. Blink 26,000. Just these saves from Innocence keeping this Alchemist alive. They just cannot kill him. 50 seconds without their main damage dealer Alliance. They're going to have to let Wings take at least his middle racks, maybe even more. Looks like it will be. Get the lasso to Shadow, but the Lotus over there, so S4 ends up lassoing himself. They can't finish off the life stealer. Opian coming across, looking for S4 in the trees. On the sidelines, Bulldog will go for the easier kill. Looking to take that Innocence, but he false promises himself. But now Shadow and Eyesight turning up with the return. Boat onto 2. Wings just cleaning up house now, and Innocence survives this Oracle, saving everyone and himself, everybody. And the S4 just having to play around it, but the X mark, the concoction's there. The GG is called a Wings Gaming. It's all too much for Alliance this series. 2-0, and both games finishing absolutely beautifully.
I want to go back to the draft, and you know, we were pointing out how picking the Skywrath with the Batrider and the IO is a very all-in type of strategy. And then as soon as Wings picked Alk,